we need freedom in relationships. And ironically, a lot of relationships have this kind of implied, insinuated lack of freedom, obligation to them. Hey, hi. Woo! I'm Angel. Thanks for stopping by. I'm trying to block the sun from my camera. I was just thinking about how a good, healthy relationship is dynamic. You don't know for sure what's going to happen. You don't know for sure how you or the other is going to act. You hope that you act in accordance with, with goodness and good intentions. And but we all have our own life stories, and I think I'm in a sort of open relationship of sorts, and and it's funny that I say that, because shouldn't every relationship be open? I mean, and yet people take on commitments and obligations, and I feel like that ends up a lot of times really adding a weight to a relationship that's damaging, that causes people to not be authentic, to not be honest, to not be present fully in the moment, because to allow resentments and justifications and all kinds of negative things to pile up in a relationship. And I've certainly had my fair share of those. I'm probably not even done yet. I've had several committed relationships in my life, and I found myself ending up not my best in a committed relationship a lot of times. And I've been single now for a really long time. I say a really long time, like, I don't know, coming on 10 years or so formally, although I've had lovers, and I currently have a lover who, again, I have a relationship of non-commitment with, and it's been one of the most it's been one of the most, I'm looking for the right word here, amazing, fruitful, I wanted to use the word, growth stimulating relationships I've had yet. And part of that's probably just my age and the phase of life I'm going through. On the whole, I'm doing a lot of transformation, and so obviously no partner can meet us where we aren't, right? So my current lover and I, we obviously met in the relationship that we're currently in, or as we continue to meet, we will meet where we both are, basically. I know that sounds obvious, but it's an epiphany I've had a few times. Like, I think in relationships, a lot of times we like to blame the other and go like, well, I've done this. I've in fact said to this same lover, I feel like you invite me and then I get left on the dance floor. And I know I'm not alone in feeling like that, from ghosting to just not fully showing up in relationships as present, or, not being authentic, or not being honest, or not being available emotionally or physically. All those things are common in human-to-human relationships of all sorts, and I've experienced them in committed and non-committed relationships, so that's how I know that it's not one or the other that causes that. It's my own response or reaction to it that leads to my feelings. And so having a non-committed relationship is a really good way for me, has been a really good way for me currently to practice unconditional love, to practice holding myself accountable to who I want to be, how I want to be, where I want to be, when I want to be. Like, there's no one else to blame, no relationship to lean on as a crutch that it's all freedom of choice. And when I get to spend time with my lover, it's because we've both chosen to make time to spend together, and it's awesome. It's amazing. And also it's sometimes mundane, as relationships can be at times. And I think that's all part of the process, all part of a good, healthy relationship, is experiencing aspects of each other. And yeah, I guess mostly I just wanted to give a little shout out to monogamous and non-monogamous relationships, committed and non-committed relationships, relationships of all sorts, mother-daughter, father-son, wife-husband, all the ones are beautiful, and there is amazing potential in any human-to-human relationship to grow, to discover, to share, to laugh, to smile, to love. And I hope you're finding lots of that in all your relationships, however you choose to define them or not define them, as the case may be. I'm losing my angle here of the sunshine. I'm gonna invite you to comment, as always. I would love to know what you think of all that. Are you against monogamy, for it? Against non-committed relationships, for it? What are your thoughts? If you care to share, please do. As always, you can find lots of ways to connect to me and support me in the comments, in the description, if you care to, if you like to. Please do. And as always, until next time, I wish you peace, prosperity, positivity, and playfulness.